Ladies and gentlemen, my name is E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins, and welcome to the E.T. Considers Everything Sports Show for Monday, November the 19th, 2018. On this edition, we'll be taking a look back at the VHSL Football Playoffs, Region 1D, 2D, and 3D semifinals, along with the Region 1 and 2C semifinals. We'll be taking a look back at some of the local TSSAA quarterfinal matchups for high school football, along with some Kentucky High School Athletic Association football playoff quarterfinals locally as well. We're taking a look back at the NCAA Football Top 25 schedule from this past weekend, and we'll be taking a look at some NFL action as well that took place from Thursday through Sunday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going with this sports show, ladies and gentlemen. This past weekend was round number 2, or the regional semifinals here for the VHSL High School Football Playoffs, and it was very interesting to see how our local teams done this weekend to see if they could advance to the region championship games for their respective divisions. Let's take a look back and see what took place. On Friday night, November the 16th, number 1 seed Chilhowie defeated number 5 seed Grundy 63-14. On Saturday afternoon, on the 93.5 WAXM Game of the Week, number 2 seed Patrick Henry defeated number 3 seed J.I. Burton 61-36, ending a 9-game winning streak for the J.I. Burton Raiders, and thus in the process ending their season. But nevertheless, a great season for the J.I. Burton Raiders as they claim the Cumberland District Championship and they make it to the regional semifinals. In the Region 2D semifinals from this past weekend on Saturday afternoon, number 5 seed Richlands goes up to Rose Ridge and upsets number 1 Ridgeview 31-21. And in the other Region 2D semifinal matchup, number 3 seed Graham defeats number 2 seed Union by a final score of 28-7. So all 3 of our local teams, J.I. Burton, Union, and Ridgeview, are out of the playoffs as a process. But great seasons by all of these programs. You have to give it up for the local football progress and what they have done throughout their time here. Great job by all those schools. In the Region 3D semifinals, number 1 seed Northside defeating number 5 seed Tunstall 51-7. Number 2 seed Lord Botetourt defeating number 3 seed Abingdon by a final score of 63-27. Over in the Region 2C semifinals, number 1 on Saturday afternoon, number 1 seed Radford defeating number 4 seed Gretna 20-7. And on Friday night, number 3 seed Appomattox defeats number 2 seed Gretna by a final score of 24-7. So it'll be Appomattox and Radford for the Region 2C championship. The Region 1C semifinals, number 1 seed Galax defeats number 4 seed George Wythe by a final score of 42-14, and number 2 seed Narrows defeats number 3 seed Perry McClure in their matchup. So it'll be Narrows and Galax for the Region 1C championship, Appomattox and Radford for the Region 2C championship, Lord Botetourt and Northside for the Region 3D championship, Graham and Richlands for the Region 2D championship, and Patrick Henry and Chilhowie for the Region 1D championship. So there's you a breakdown of the regional semifinal matchups for the VHSL football playoffs that took place over the weekend. Let's take a look over at the TSSAA high school football playoffs now. Quarterfinal action there. In the 1A bracket, number 1 seed Greenback defeats number 2 seed Coalfield by a final score of 35-7. In Region 2A, number 1 seed Meigs County defeats number 1 seed South Green by a final score of 42-13. Over in Region 3A, number 1 seed Alcoa defeating number 2 seed Austin East 24-6. Over in 4A, number 1 seed Greenville defeats number 1 seed Anderson County. Both those teams entering that matchup undefeated at 12-0, 42-21. In Region 5A, number 1 seed Knox Central upsets number 1 seed David Crockett by a final score of 23-12. David Crockett entered that matchup undefeated at 12-0. And number 1 seed Maryville defeats number 1 seed Farragut 26-10 in 6A. So there's a look back at the TSSAA high school football playoffs from this past weekend in the quarterfinals. In the KHSAA football playoffs, their quarterfinals taking place as well. Raceland, Washington defeats Paintsville 14-7 in 1A. In 2A, Lexington Christian goes down to Southwestern by a final score 35-31. In Region 3A, Boyle County defeats Belfry by a final score of 41-24. In Region 4A, Johnson Central defeats Ashland Blazer 50-14, and Pulaski County defeats Southwest by a final score of 13-6 in Region 5A. So there's your look back at the Kentucky High School Athletic Association football playoffs from this past weekend. Let's take a look at the NCAA Football top 25 matchups from this past weekend as well. On Friday night, number 25 Boise State defeats New Mexico 45-14. On Saturday, number 21 Mississippi State defeats Arkansas 52-6. Number 13 Florida defeats Idaho 63-10. Number 17 Kentucky defeats Middle Tennessee State 34-23. Number 22 Northwestern defeats Minnesota 24-14. Number 10 Ohio State defeats Maryland 52-51 in overtime. Number 14 Penn State defeats Rutgers 20-7. Number 1 Alabama defeats Citadel 50-17. Number 19 Utah defeats Colorado 30-7. Number 23 Utah State defeats Colorado State at 29-24. Number 3 Notre Dame defeats number 12 Syracuse 36-3. That game was played at Yankee Stadium in Bronx, New York. Number 20 Boston College goes down at the hands of Florida State by the final score of 22-21. Oklahoma State defeats number 9 West Virginia 45-42. Number 4 Michigan defeats Indiana 31-20. Number 5 Georgia defeats Massachusetts 62-27. We have number 18 Washington defeating Oregon State by a final score of 42-23. Number 2 Clemson defeating Duke 35-6. Number 6 Oklahoma defeating Kansas 55-40. We have number 7 LSU defeating Rice 42-10. Number 11 Central Florida defeating Cincinnati 38-13. Number 15 Texas defeating number 16 Iowa State 29-10. And we have number 8 Washington State defeating Arizona State by a final score of 69-28. There's your look back at the college football action in the top 25 from over the weekend. Big shout out to the ETSU Buccaneers. They make the FCS playoffs and NCAA action, so congratulations to them. That is awesome news for this region. Can't wait to see how they do next weekend. In the NFL, Week 11 action from this past weekend. On Thursday night, Seattle defeated Green Bay 27-24. On Sunday, Baltimore defeated Cincinnati 24-21. The New York Giants defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 38-35. Dallas defeated Atlanta 22-19. Detroit defeated Carolina 20-19. Pittsburgh defeating Jacksonville 20-16. Houston defeating Washington 23-21. Indianapolis all over Tennessee 38-10. We have Denver upsetting the Los Angeles Chargers 23-22. The Oakland Raiders defeating the Arizona Cardinals 23-21. New Orleans defeating Philadelphia 47-8. And Chicago defeating Minnesota 25-10. Teams that were on a bye this week include New England, Buffalo, San Francisco, Cleveland, Miami, and the New York Jets. Coming up on Monday Night Football tonight, it will be a matchup of powerhouse teams from the AFC and NFC respectively, as Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-1 travel to the LA Coliseum to take on Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams, who are also at 9-1. That game is at 8:15 tonight on ESPN, so definitely want to keep an eye on there. Also, this week is Thanksgiving week. I want to be among the first to wish everybody here a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your family and friends, and remember how valuable your time is with everybody, because you never know when your time will come. The Lord will always have a reason for everything happening, and just be blessed that you're able to spend time with your family this holiday season. And just remember that we all have a purpose in this world, and it's a blessing to be able to do what we do on a daily basis. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving and a happy holiday season to you and your family. There's your recap of what took place in the high school football playoffs from this past weekend, along with the college football and NFL action from this week as well. Coming up this weekend, it is the regional championship games, as I mentioned before. The VHSL regional championship games. It will be number 2 seed Patrick Henry at number 1 seed Chilhowie. It will be number 5 seed Richlands at number 3 seed Graham in the Region 2D championship game. The Region 3D championship game, it will be number 2 seed Lord Botetourt at number 1 seed Northside. In the Region 2C championship game, it'll be number 3 seed Appomattox and 3-time defending state champions at number 1 Radford. In the Region 1C championship game, it'll be number 2 Narrows at number 1 Galax. So lots of great high school football action to come this upcoming weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and I definitely can't wait to keep an eye on it and see what takes place. Of course, our season has come to an end locally on your source for high school football, 93.5 WAXM and 92.5 WLSD, the voice of the Union Bears. We'll be back with those positions next year more than likely. We'll probably keep the same schedule on 93.5. We'll be covering teams locally from around the region, and 92.5 will more than likely keep on covering the Union Bears unless a change takes place. So we'll just have to wait and see what takes place there. But definitely going to be a fun off-season here and see what takes place around the region. Congratulations to all the local teams on a great season. We appreciate your efforts, and we look forward to seeing what you all do in the future if you all are seniors and going off to college. And for the rest of the team, remember there is next year, and you all will be better off suited for the future being played in these positions as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Executioner, E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins. Thank you all so much for joining me on the E.T. Considers Everything Sports Show for Monday, November the 19th, 2018. If y'all don't mind, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel here at E.T. Considers Everything. And as always, we'll keep you posted on everything sports and wrestling related when we get the chance to. I will do a recap of the NXT War Games and Survivor Series weekend coming up here probably this evening or tomorrow when I get the time. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all down the road. Later, everybody.